Sagaliswagwig. Hello everyone, welcome to Ngwakwa, our foods. Today we're going to show you how we make kanʌstohale, cornbread, with maple syrup and berries in the shape of turtles. We hope to have more on our foods in future videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and click on notifications for new uploads. Corn was a staple in our diet. Some people say corn made up 70% of our diets. In a previous video, we showed a number of ways that we prepared our white corn to be used in our foods. For the kanʌstohale, we hulled our corn in hardwood ashes. If you haven't already checked it out yet, be sure to watch our hulling white corn video. It explains the process of how we hull our corn. After we hulled our corn, we dehydrated it. Some people just let the corn sit out overnight. After it was dehydrated, we ground up our corn into a flour. We use a coffee grinder for this. There are many ways to make kanʌstohale. The most common way is forming them into round cakes with beans. These are usually boiled in water or buried in ashes next to a fire to cook. We like to slice up the loaves and fry them up in butter with a dash of salt in a cast iron skillet. Another way to make kanʌstohale is by rolling them into balls and setting them into boiling water. Sometimes we put onions or ramps in them and use them as dumplings in soup. Sometimes we use maple syrup to make them a little sweet. Today, we're making kanʌstohale with berries and maple syrup. For a bit of extra fun, we're making them into the shapes of turtles. To make our kanʌstohale today, we will need 5 cups of kanʌstohale flour, 1 cup of maple syrup, 4 cups of any kinds of berries, frozen or thawed, it doesn't matter, a large kettle, 1 measuring cup, a large glass measuring cup, I use a 4-cup measuring cup, a mixing bowl, a medium glass bowl, a cookie sheet, a large wooden spoon, a wooden spatula, and a small cake mold. Our mold is 1/2 cup. This will make about 10 turtles. To start, we fill the kettle about 3/4 full. Then we put it on the stove over high heat until it starts to boil. Before we put the turtles in the water, we turn down the heat so we have a nice rolling boil. When the water is about to get to a boil, we put the berries and maple syrup in a large glass bowl. Then we put it in the microwave until the berries and syrup are hot. If you use cold berries or syrup, your kanʌstohale might fall apart in the water. Next, we pour the hot berries and syrup into the kanʌstohale flour and mix it thoroughly with a wooden spoon. Next, we dip the large glass measuring cup into the now boiling water and take out about 1 cup of water. Pour about half of the water into the flour mixture. Note, the measurements are not what is most important here. The texture of the dough is. We are going for something that feels like Play-Doh. You may need a little less than 1 cup of boiling water, or you may need more. If your dough is still powdery, add a little more water. If your dough gets too runny, add more flour. Don't forget to lower the heat before you put the turtles in so you have a nice rolling boil. Too high of a boil can cause your turtles to fall apart. Next, we push the dough into the little mini turtle cake mold. When it's full, we tap it onto the counter or in our hand so the formed turtle comes out. Then, we put the turtle on our wooden spatula and lower it into the water. After the last turtle is in the water, we set our timer for 20 minutes. During the 20 minutes, we take our large wooden spoon and push the turtles around a little bit to make sure they aren't getting too friendly in the water and sticking together. After 20 minutes, we start to fish the turtles out of the water. We put them on a cookie sheet to cool off just a little bit. I think they're best if you eat them right away. If you're going to put them away for later, you should put a little bit of extra water from the kettle into the container to make sure they don't dry out too much. These turtles are so delicious, you can even eat them cold. I like to pour a little extra maple syrup over mine. When you're all done taking the turtles out of the water, we call the remaining water samp. This is a delicious drink that you can sip as soon as it cools off a bit, or you can put it in the refrigerator and warm it up the next day or so. Of course, I like to add a little extra maple syrup to my samp. We are still learning about our foods. People have different ways of preparing our foods. We are sharing the way we learned how. One of the most amazing parts about this journey to get to know our foods better is that it is connecting us to so many people throughout the Haudenosaunee Confederacy and throughout Indian country. If you have any methods you want to share, please feel free to drop them in the comments or send us an email. Yawa, Danito.